You are now listening to About That Business, hosted by Rom Wills. Rom Wills is an entrepreneur and personal coach who has helped people reach their fullest potential personally and professionally. Take it away, Rom.
Welcome to Rom Wills About That Business. Demographic cheat codes. Now, an important thing to understand in business, any type of business, whether it's a service business, a product business, is your crowd, your demographics. Now, the cheat codes are especially useful if you're opening up some type of store, some type of retail in a particular place, or even a service business. It could be a massage business, a gym, something like that. You have to understand what type of people live there. Now, you could do that from simple observation, but that doesn't always tell a story, and it takes a lot of experience, probably a degree in sociology, a lot of observation, just to look at the people and tell what's there. But there's still something you can do. Now, one thing, major companies, they'll pay a few thousand to understand the demographics of an area, and I'm gonna tell you how deep it is. If you got the money, and this ain't a bad thing to do if you do have the money, you can tell who's in it. There's websites out there you can get a report on not just the money in the area, the demographics of people who get into that particular product or that particular industry, but you can also get information on who lives in the area as far as their race, their income, and stuff like that. And if you have the money, you probably should do both. But say you're in a position where you can't do that. You cannot do that. You got to do some guerrilla marketing. Because contrary to popular belief, everybody who starts a business don't get a loan. Some people have that little fantasy. Like for example, there's a lot of people, particularly black people, who feel like these Asians and everybody get a loan when they come over here and they're able to start businesses. No, they engaging in a susu. And a susu is something that's engaged in with Asians, with Caribbean, and also with Africans. That's a big, especially in Africa, that's a big thing. So anybody who thinks, these groups these immigrants come over here and they get started with a loan from the government. No. Banks don't loan unless they get something back. You got to show a bank that you got the ability to pay back a loan. They don't just give you money. People need to get off of that. But, my point is, and I'll talk about a susu in a future podcast, but if you want to know and you don't have the money, here's the cheat codes. First of all, think about the area that you want to do business in. Like, first of all, check out the real estate, like even open spots, or maybe in a shopping mall. Like for example, in a shopping mall, walk the mall at different hours and try to get an idea. Now, a cheat code there is look what stores are in there. Is it like one of those malls that have like one major anchor and then a bunch of little mom and pop stores? Is it a mall that sells a lot of candles? Like, I have a local mall and they got a lot of stuff that's dealing with candles and bath stuff. There's like 3 stores that deal with that thing, and then actually a lot of open space too, but they got 2 entertainment type of places in there. But that tells you about it. One thing, in this particular area, there's a lot of kids. So stuff that caters to children in this general area actually does well. So, but that's part of the thing. You gotta look at that. What's there? What type of traffic it gets? That's a demographic cheat code. Something else you can do. Look at the food stores. Now, if you got a lot of grocery stores, just drive around, look at what's there. That'll tell you something, like the big ones and the small ones. Like, you can tell, like if I go through a neighborhood, I can tell if it has a large number of immigrants, because people from other countries will bring their food with them. So, like, I remember one time I lived in a neighborhood, it had a strong, very big Latino population. Very big Latino and immigrant population. you had like one shopping plaza. The whole area was like a Latino hangout. Even the laundromat. That's how deep it was. And they had like food carts out there and everything. But that told me if I was going to do business around there, this is what I need to do. Learn Spanish. That'll tell you something. Or the food, like the food thing, or on a bigger level, like where I live. I think I mentioned before, there's a Sprouts. Now, Sprouts is a Whole Foods type of store. It got like natural ingredients, organic foods, and stuff like that. And generally better quality. Now, I've been walking through, and it gets a decent crowd because in the area I live in, you literally got grocery stores within walking distance of each other. Like with the Sprouts, you got three other big grocery stores, and I'll count Target as a grocery store too, since they sell it right there. Like you literally cross the street, and it's like boom, 1, 2, 3. And but that tells me there's a lot of people in that area. But just the fact they have a Sprout, that says that's a certain type of person that lives in that area. So it's just like, oh, okay. And then one is an intellectual crowd because, okay, I'm at the shopping mall, at the shopping plaza where the Sprouts is, there's also a Barnes and Noble. Now, books mean, okay, there's an intelligent crowd around there. There's an intelligent crowd because people on a more intellectual level will read. And in this day and age where there's not a lot of bookstores, if there's one still thriving, boom. And then actually next to the Barnes and Noble, they building like a tea shop, like high-end tea shop too. So it's like, let's pay attention to this. In fact, it was funny with the tea shop. I was walking past it while they still in construction there, and the owner or somebody was like, "Hey, can you help us put this TV up?" It was a big ass screen TV. It took 3 people to put it up. Bama should have gave me they should have gave me a coupon or something for helping them, but it is what it is. But I was looking at what's there, and once again, in that same shopping plaza, there was a big party store. Like I said, there's a lot of children where I live, so anything like that. But that tells you stuff. You look at little things like that when you're looking at the demographics, what type of stuff. There's a party thing there, and then there's also a Michael's. And that's like an art type of thing. Once again, that caters more to kids and artistic types. And then they put in kind of a high-end, some high-end like home accessory store, like where there used to be a Toys R Us. Now, ironically, for a lot of kids, the Toys R Us didn't make it, but that was a nationwide thing. Our Toys R Us used to stay busy, though, so, it is what it is. But you tell your stuff. Now, here's something else slick, too. You can tell what's in a general neighborhood by the type of books that are sold and magazines. Like I would go into Barnes and Noble, I would go in different department stores, and not department stores, but grocery stores, and go to the magazine section. You can tell what's sold there and what's not. You can tell you can always look and tell the type of people live in the area by what's sold. Like if I travel a little bit, there's a Walmart that has a magazine section, nothing but gun books, but it's in shall we say a more rural type of area. Where hunting is big. Like we got more deer around here than almost people. So many deer, they should be voting in local elections. So it's like, okay, this is what's here. And so you use all these little tricks. You pay attention to the cars. You pay attention to stickers on cars. Or even politics, because if for people familiar with Havre de Grace, Maryland. For Harford County, Maryland, we have this area called Havre de Grace. Got all the boats and stuff. I remember I was up there for something, and I saw all these Trump flags up there, like Trump 2020. But then it's a little bit more money up there, so I was like, okay, these ain't his usual base, because he does have a big base of people with money who voted for him because they say he was good for business. Actually, he is. So you look at all those little things, and then it tells you, all right, what can we do? Like when I mentioned Havre de Grace, something related to water is good up there because that's where all the boats are. So anyway, use those cheat codes. Like I say, if you can afford to get the It's well worth it to get the stuff that costs a lot of money if you can. But if you want some guerrilla trying to start off type of thing, use those. Pay attention to the people in the area. Pay attention to what's sold, type of cars drive, every little thing, every little nuance. How many people around there got tattoos? How many people around there are bearded? Racial types in the area, everything. That'll tell you what you need to know. So anyway, and really, if you can, use all those things, all those tricks, the guerrilla tactics and the official reports. That tells you everything. So anyway, that's all I got for now. And somebody ain't saying the last one. Let's go make that money.